Welcome to They Deep Dive. Today we're taking you, well, in spirit anyway, to the beautiful beachfronts of Beaufort, right there on Koh Samui's northern coast.
hmm
Maybe you're seriously looking at an investment, perhaps dreaming of a longer escape, or maybe just feeding your wanderlust a little.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to properly explore the beachfront villa market in this really quite captivating part of Thailand.
Absolutely. And guiding us through this is a great article we've looked at from Ocean Worldwide. They're a well-established luxury real estate agency.
Right.
Important to note, they're based in Phuket. That's Poo-hyphen-Ket, Phuket. Been operating there since 2004, so they really know their stuff.
2 decades, wow.
Yeah, and they focus specifically on that high-end residential real estate in Phuket and also Koh Samui. The director there, Sandra O'Neill, she's apparently helped thousands of families and investors over the years. Quite the track record.
Sounds like a solid source then. Okay, so in this deep dive, what are we actually going to cover?
Well, we'll get into the current market trends in Bophut's beachfront villas.
Yeah.
Look hard at the investment potential.
Okay.
Compare it a bit to other spots on Koh Samui. Pinpoint those top locations within Bophut itself.
The specifics.
Talk about the kind of luxury amenities you find, nearby activities, the nitty-gritty of buying as a foreigner, and even sustainability aspects, which are becoming more important.
Great. A lot to unpack. So let's start with those trends. What's Ocean Worldwide seeing in the Beaufort beachfront villa market right now?
Well, what's really striking, according to the Ocean Worldwide article, is just how active the market is.
Mm-hmm.
You've got this interesting mix of designs, some very traditional Thai styles sitting alongside really sleek, modern, minimalist villas.
A bit of everything then.
Exactly. But a really big trend they're flagging is the move towards eco-friendly features.
Ah, okay. Like what specifically?
Things like solar panels, definitely. Rainwater harvesting systems are popping up more. Energy-efficient appliances are almost becoming standard in new builds or major renovations.
And that's not just for show, I imagine. There's a tangible benefit.
Right. Ocean Worldwide points out that these features aren't just, greenwashing. Properties with them can often get better rental rates, attract a certain type of guest or buyer.
Right, the discerning type.
Precisely. And that can potentially mean a quicker return on investment for you and better long-term value overall.
That's a great point about the ROI. It's good business sense, not just environmentalism. And it's not only about green tech, is it? What about smart homes?
Yeah, that's another big one. Ocean Worldwide highlights integrated systems, controlling lighting, security, maybe the entertainment system, all from your phone or a tablet. That's increasingly expected in luxury properties now.
Okay.
And sort of alongside the tech, the article also stresses this growing demand for privacy and exclusivity. People want their own little slice of paradise, undisturbed.
Makes sense for a beachfront escape. And for people thinking about this partly as an investment, not just personal use, rental management services must be key.
Oh, definitely. Ocean Worldwide mentions a clear uptick in interest for villas that come with comprehensive rental management.
Okay.
It really suggests many buyers see these places as income generators, not just holiday homes. And interestingly, they also noted a trend towards longer-term rentals, people staying for weeks or months, not just a few days.
Huh. Interesting shift. Okay, so the trends sound appealing, but the big question for many is, buying a beachfront villa in Beaufort actually a good investment right now?
Well, if you look at the bigger picture, Koh Samui's tourism is generally strong, and the property market there has been pretty resilient. Ocean Worldwide's analysis seems pretty positive.
Because of the tourist demand.
Yeah, Beaufort's popularity means there's usually steady demand for nice rental villas, which obviously points to good rental income potential for you. Plus, historically, property values on Samui have generally gone up, suggesting potential for long-term capital growth too.
But like any investment, it's not guaranteed, right? There are risks, things you have to consider.
Absolutely. And this is where Ocean Worldwide really stresses the need for proper homework. You've got to research the local market properly, understand the potential downsides, and definitely factor in ongoing costs like maintenance, taxes, management fees if you rent it out.
So do your due diligence.
Exactly. It's not automatic, but if you do the groundwork, buying a beachfront place in Beaufort looks like it could be a pretty solid investment for you.
Okay, Beaufort's sounding good. Now, the Ocean Worldwide article had that useful comparison table, Beaufort versus Chang and Lamai. Can you break down those differences for us?
Sure, the table was quite insightful. It basically paints Beaufort as more laid back, more family-friendly,
Yeah.
especially compared to Chang, which is known for being much busier, more nightlife focused.
Right. Chawing's the main hub, isn't it?
Yeah, and it has that really long, wide, sandy beach. Beaufort's beach is lovely too, but maybe sees more foot traffic in certain spots like near Fisherman's Village.
And amenities, shops, restaurants.
Both Beaufort and Choang have a good range. Lamai, on the other hand, is often positioned as a slightly more, maybe budget-conscious option overall.
Gotcha. And what about the actual property prices and investment angle for those three?
Well, Beaufort generally sits in the mid to high price range.
Yeah.
Typically less expensive than prime Choang beachfront, but more than Lamai.
Okay.
Ocean Worldwide suggests Beaufort offers good investment potential. Think steady rental income, gradual appreciation. Maybe not the super high peaks you might see in Choang, but potentially more stable than Lamai.
So kind of a sweet spot.
Yeah, the article basically calls it a strong all-rounder for potential buyers, a good balance of lifestyle, convenience, and investment potential for you.
All-rounder. I like that. So if Beaufort feels right, where specifically within Beaufort should people be looking for these villas?
Ocean Worldwide points out a couple of key zones. Fisherman's Village is a big one, really popular.
Why is that?
It's got this unique vibe, you know? Old traditional Thai buildings mixed with cool modern shops and restaurants. Plus, that Friday walking street market is a huge draw. Local crafts, amazing street food,
I've heard about that market.
and you find all sorts of beachfront villas there, different styles, different budgets, loads of great places to eat and drink right on your doorstep, too. Great if you like being in the middle of things.
Definitely sounds vibrant. But what if someone wants something quieter, more private?
Yeah, for that, Ocean Worldwide suggests looking towards the western end of Beaufort Beach or some of the quieter bays further east.
Ah,
Those areas tend to be more peaceful, away from the main tourist buzz. You might find villas with bigger plots of land there too, giving you more space and privacy. It's more about that tranquil escape feel for you.
and practically speaking, access to supermarkets, doctors, that kind of thing.
That's a really important point the article makes. You need to think about how close you want to be to amenities. Depends if it's a short holiday let or somewhere you plan to spend more time.
Makes sense.
Buffett seems to do quite well on that front, offering locations that feel secluded but are still reasonably close to essential shops, restaurants, and healthcare for you. A good balance, like we said.
Okay, location covered. Now the fun part, the luxury. What kind of fancy amenities can you expect in these Beaufort beachfront villas?
Ah, yes, the indulgence factor. Well, private pools are almost a given, according to Ocean Worldwide. Often infinity pools, you know, the ones that look like they spill right into the sea.
Oh, stunning.
Yeah, and usually they come with big sun decks, comfy shaded lounge areas, maybe an outdoor dining saal or a BBQ setup. Basically, spaces designed for relaxing and entertaining outdoors.
Sounds like your own private resort. Absolutely dreamy.
It really can feel like that. And the luxury isn't just the facilities. Many high-end villas offer in-house staff,
Like stash living there?
sometimes, or available daily. Think of villa manager to help you organize stuff, maybe book trips or restaurants. A private chef is quite common in the top tier. Housekeeping, obviously. Sometimes even a driver. It's all about creating that totally seamless, relaxed holiday vibe for you, where you barely have to lift a finger.
A private chef. That sounds incredible. What kind of food are we talking? Can they cater to specific tastes?
Oh, definitely. These chefs are usually very versatile. They can whip up amazing, authentic Thai food using fresh local stuff, obviously, but also international dishes, steaks, pasta, whatever you fancy.
Nice.
And yes, they're generally very good at handling dietary needs, vegetarian, gluten-free, vegan, allergies, you name it. Imagine having delicious meals prepared just for you, served on your terrace overlooking the ocean.
Stop, you're making me hungry.
Haha, yeah. Some villas even arrange like super romantic dinners right down on the beach for you. It's pretty special.
Wow, that really does paint a picture. So you're living the high life in the villa. What's there to do around Beaufort?
Plenty. For water lovers, it's fantastic. Jet skis, paddle boarding right off the beach. You can easily arrange scuba diving trips, windsurfing, kite surfing nearby.
Standard tropical island stuff.
Pretty much. And taking a long-tail boat trip for some snorkeling is always a nice chilled-out option to see the coastline.
And if you want a bit more culture than just sunbathing.
Well, Ocean Worldwide flags Fisherman's Village again. With its old wooden buildings in that market, that's quite atmospheric. And the big Buddha temple isn't far away, iconic landmark. Great views from up there. You could also do a Thai cooking class or maybe visit some of the smaller local temples for a quieter cultural immersion.
Sounds like a good mix. What about evenings? Dining and nightlife, is it crazy busy?
Bophut has a good scene, but it's generally not as full-on as Chewang. Lots of great beachfront restaurants doing amazing seafood. Fisherman's Village has loads of international options, too.
Like the bars.
Yeah, plenty of nice bars, some with live music, lots doing great cocktails, and those lovely relaxed beach bars where you can just sit with your feet almost in the sand and watch the sunset. It's lively, but still quite chilled.
Yeah.
Oh, and definitely try the street food. Some fantastic local eats from the vendors.
Okay, so you found the dream villa, you love the area, you're ready to buy. What's the process like for foreign buyers? This is often the tricky bit, isn't it?
It is, and it's super important to get it right. Ocean Worldwide's article lays this out clearly. Foreigners generally can't own land freehold in Thailand.
Right, I've heard that. So how does it work?
The standard and legal way is through a long-term lease on the land, usually for 30 years initially, but with options to renew, often twice, so potentially up to 90 years.
Okay.
But, and this is crucial, you absolutely must get a good, experienced lawyer to check that lease agreement inside out. Make sure your rights are protected, and you need to budget for taxes and transfer fees, too.
Good advice. What about getting the money side sorted? Can foreigners get mortgages in Thailand?
Ocean Worldwide touches on this, and yeah, it can be tricky. It's not impossible, but it's often easier for foreign buyers to use their own cash or maybe get a loan secured against assets in their home country.
Why is it difficult in Thailand?
Some Thai banks do lend to foreigners, but the criteria can be pretty strict. Solid income proof, good credit score, often a larger down payment needed than for locals. You really need to shop around, compare rates and terms carefully if you go that route, and check rules about sending large sums of money into Thailand.
So it sounds like having local help is pretty essential throughout this process.
Totally. Ocean Worldwide really emphasizes the value of using reputable, experienced local real estate agents.
Like themselves, presumably?
Well, yes. But the point stands. Good agents know the market inside out. They can find properties that fit what you want, help with negotiations, and really importantly, recommend other professionals you'll need, like those crucial lawyers or surveyors.
How do you find a good one?
Ask for recommendations, check online reviews, look for established agencies with a track record of helping foreign buyers like you. Due diligence again.
We've hit the practicalities hard. Let's loop back, remind us of the big advantages. Why would someone want to own one of these villas in Bophut?
Okay, key benefits. Investment-wise, as Ocean Worldwide suggests and we've discussed, beachfront property in a place like Bophut generally holds its value and has good potential to appreciate. It's a solid, tangible asset for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's flexible. Use it yourself, rent it out for income, maybe sell it down the line. Then there's the huge lifestyle appeal.
The dream factor.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Having your own beautiful escape hatch right on the beach. Plus that potential rental income we mentioned, because Bophut is so popular with tourists. It's a nice combination for you.
And it's more than just the building, right? It's the whole way of life.
Absolutely. It's about embracing that relaxed beach lifestyle, having all those activities on your doorstep, maybe becoming part of the local scene. There's often a nice mix of Thais and expats.
Mm.
It can genuinely mean a better quality of life for you, less stress, more connection to nature.
So for someone listening who's maybe thinking about this for the first time, buying property overseas, what are your top tips?
Based on Ocean Worldwide's advice and general best practice. First, research, research, research. Don't just look at pretty pictures online. Dig into recent sales prices, how long things stay on the market, talk to agents, and definitely visit Bophut yourself to get a proper feel for different areas.
Boots on the ground.
Essential. Second, always view properties in person before making any decisions. Photos can be misleading. Check the actual condition, the noise levels, the access. Maybe take someone knowledgeable with you for a second opinion if you can.
Good call. Anything else?
Yes, be ready to negotiate. Know what similar places have sold for. Start with a realistic offer, but maybe slightly lower than asking. Be prepared to walk away if the deal isn't right. Have your finances sorted so you can move quickly if needed. And, I know I sound like a broken record, but get a good lawyer involved early.
Solid advice. Now, you mentioned sustainability earlier. It's good to hear that's becoming a factor. What are the eco-friendly options like in Bophut?
Yeah, it's definitely a growing trend, which Ocean Worldwide noted. You're seeing more villas with solar panels fitted, people using sustainable building materials where possible, installing rainwater collection systems.
And that helps the owner too, presumably. Lower bills.
Exactly. It's good for the planet and can save you money long term.
Mm.
Beyond individual villas, the article also mentioned community initiatives,
Mm.
things like beach cleanups, maybe marine conservation projects you can get involved in.
Nice way to connect locally too.
And just generally being mindful yourself, Reducing water use, cutting down on plastic, using eco-friendly cleaning products, respecting local wildlife, it all helps.
It all adds up. Okay, finally, looking ahead, what's the future looking like for Beaufort? Any big developments planned?
Ocean Worldwide hinted at some potential infrastructure improvements, things like upgrades to roads, maybe better electricity supply in some areas, even talk sometimes about potential airport expansion, though that's often longer term.
And those things usually boost an area's appeal, right?
Generally, yes. Better infrastructure can make a place more attractive to live and invest in for you. Overall, the market predictions for Beaufort seem pretty positive. Continued growth expected in property values, strong rental demand likely to continue.
So, likely good for property values.
You'd expect infrastructure improvements and continued market growth to have a positive effect on property values, yes. But, as always, best to get specific professional valuations if you're seriously considering buying or selling.
Right. So, bringing it all together then, Beaufort really does sound like a compelling option if you're looking at beachfront villas, whether for investment, lifestyle, or both.
I think so. It offers this really appealing package. The natural beauty is undeniable. There's culture, great amenities, and, as the insights from Ocean Worldwide show, a dynamic property market with lots of interesting options for you.
Definitely gives people a lot to think about. What parts of this Beaufort picture resonated most with you listening? It's worth reflecting, I think, on what your own priorities are. Is it the investment return, the peaceful escape, the community feel? Beaufort seems to offer pathways for all of those.
Indeed. And maybe one final thought to mull over. As Beaufort keeps developing, what could future innovations in sustainable tourism look like? How could they make this amazing place even better for the people who live there and for the environment itself in the long run? Something to ponder.